Most people know fiber is good for them, but few know which foods actually deliver it and what each one does for your body. Here are 12 fiber-rich foods worth adding to your diet. Lentils. These small legumes are one of the most fiber-dense foods you can find. A single cooked cup delivers around 15 grams of fiber, more than half of what most people need in a day. Beyond that, lentils are also a solid source of plant-based protein, which makes them useful whether you're trying to lose weight or simply eat more balanced meals. The fiber they contain is mostly soluble, which means it slows digestion, keeps blood sugar stable, and keeps you full for hours. They're also surprisingly easy to prepare, no soaking required, and they cook in under 30 minutes. Add them to soups, mix them into salads, or use them as a base instead of rice. If you're looking for one food that checks multiple boxes at once, lentils are hard to beat. Black beans, a staple in many cultures. Black beans are loaded with both fiber and plant protein. One cooked cup provides around 15 grams of fiber and about 15 grams of protein, making them one of the most balanced plant foods available. The fiber content slows the absorption of carbohydrates, which helps prevent energy crashes and reduces hunger between meals. This combination makes them especially useful for people managing weight or blood sugar levels. They also contain antioxidants that support cardiovascular health over time. Black beans work well in almost any savory meal: bowls, soups, wraps, or simply seasoned on the side. They're filling, affordable, and consistent. Adding them a few times a week is one of the simpler upgrades you can make to your diet without overthinking it. Avocado. Unlike most fruits, avocado is rich in fat, but it's also a surprisingly strong source of fiber. A medium avocado contains around 10 grams of fiber, which is significant for a food that doesn't feel heavy or starchy. Most of that fiber is the soluble kind, which feeds beneficial gut bacteria and helps regulate digestion. Avocado also provides healthy monosaturated fats, which support heart health and help the body absorb fat-soluble nutrients from other foods eaten in the same meal. It slows digestion naturally, which extends the feeling of fullness without causing bloating. You don't need a recipe. Half an avocado with a pinch of salt is already a complete snack. Add it to eggs, spread it on toast, or slice it over a salad. It's one of the easiest fiber sources to eat consistently. Oats. Oats are one of the most well-studied foods when it comes to fiber and health. They contain a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which has been shown to lower LDL cholesterol, improve blood sugar response, and increase the sensation of fullness after eating. A single cup of cooked oats provides around 4 grams of fiber, and the beta-glucan content makes that fiber especially effective compared to other sources. Because oats digest slowly, they provide steady energy rather than a quick spike and crash, which is why they're a practical choice for breakfast. They also pair well with other fibery foods, like berries or chia seeds, which can bring the total fiber count of a single meal to an impressive level. Plain oats with a handful of fruit is all you need to make it work. Chia seeds. These tiny seeds are one of the most concentrated sources of fiber available. Just 2 tablespoons contain around 10 grams of fiber. Nearly all of it's soluble. When chia seeds come into contact with liquid, they absorb it and form a thick gel-like texture. This slows digestion considerably, which leads to prolonged satiety and more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. They also provide omega-3 fatty acids and a decent amount of calcium for a plant-based food. Because they have almost no flavor on their own, chia seeds are easy to add to anything: yogurt, smoothies, oatmeal, or water. They require no preparation beyond soaking. If you're trying to increase your daily fiber intake without changing much about how you eat, chia seeds are one of the most efficient and effortless ways to do it. Broccoli. Broccoli is one of the most nutritionally complete vegetables you can eat. A single cooked cup delivers around 5 grams of fiber, along with significant amounts of vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate. It also contains sulforaphane, a compound that has been linked to reduced inflammation and improved cellular health over time. The fiber in broccoli supports regular digestion and helps maintain a diverse gut microbiome, which affects everything from immunity to mood. It's low in calories and high in volume, which means it fills your plate and your stomach without adding much to your total caloric intake, a useful quality for anyone managing their weight. Broccoli roasted in olive oil until slightly crispy is one of the most satisfying ways to eat it. Simple, fast, and doesn't require any special technique to taste good. Apples. Apples are one of the most accessible, high-fiber fruits available anywhere. A medium apple with the skin on contains around 4 to 5 grams of fiber, with a significant portion coming from pectin, a type of soluble fiber that feeds gut bacteria and supports digestive health. Pectin also helps slow the absorption of sugar, which makes apples a smarter choice than most processed snacks, even though they contain natural sugars. The combination of fiber, water content, and natural sweetness makes apples genuinely satisfying between meals without causing energy spikes. They require no preparation, travel well, and are available year-round. The key is keeping the skin on. That's where most of the fiber lives. If you're looking for a quick, reliable snack that supports digestion and doesn't require any thought, an apple is one of the most practical options you have. Quinoa. Quinoa stands out among grains because it provides fiber and complete protein at the same time. One cooked cup contains around 5 grams of fiber and all 9 essential amino acids, something very few plant foods can offer. The fiber content supports steady digestion and helps slow the release of glucose into the bloodstream, which is useful for maintaining energy and reducing hunger after meals. Because quinoa contains both protein and fiber, it has a stronger satiety effect than most grains, meaning you're likely to eat less overall without feeling deprived. It's also gluten-free, which makes it a practical option for people with sensitivities. Quinoa cooks in about 15 minutes and works as a base for bowls, a side dish, or even a warm breakfast with fruit. It's one of the more versatile foods on this list. Flaxseeds. Flaxseeds are small but nutritionally dense. 2 tablespoons provide around 4 grams of fiber, mostly in the soluble form, which helps regulate bowel movements and feeds beneficial bacteria in the gut. Okay? They're also the richest plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart health and help reduce systemic inflammation over time. Ground flax seeds are easier for the body to absorb than whole seeds, so that's the form worth using. They have a mild, nutty taste that blends easily into smoothies, oatmeal, yogurt, or even baked goods without changing the flavor significantly. Adding 1 to 2 tablespoons daily is enough to notice a difference in digestion within a few weeks. Flax seeds are one of those quiet additions to a routine that don't feel dramatic at first, but consistently support gut health in the background. Pears. Pears are among the highest fiber fruits available, yet they're often overlooked in favor of more popular options. A medium pear with the skin on contains around 5 to 6 grams of fiber, slightly more than an apple of similar size. A significant part of that fiber comes from pectin, which supports gut health, helps lower cholesterol, and slows digestion to extend the feeling of fullness after eating. Pears are also high in water content, which adds to their satiating effect without contributing many calories. They have a naturally sweet taste that requires nothing added to be enjoyable. Like apples, the skin is where most of the fiber is concentrated, so eating them whole is the most efficient approach. Pears work well as a standalone snack, sliced into salads, or paired with a source of protein like cheese or yogurt for a more balanced option. Chickpeas. Chickpeas are one of the most widely consumed legumes in the world, and for good reason. A cooked cup provides around 12 grams of fiber along with a solid amount of plant-based protein, making them one of the more complete options in the plant food category. The fiber they contain is a mix of soluble and insoluble types, which means they support both digestive regularity and blood sugar control at the same time. Chickpeas are particularly filling. Their combination of fiber, protein, and complex carbohydrates creates a slow-digesting meal that reduces hunger for hours. They're also extremely versatile. You can roast them for a crunchy snack, blend them into hummus, toss them into soups, or mix them into grain bowls. If you're building meals that keep you satisfied without relying on large portions, chickpeas are one of the most reliable foods to build around. Edamame are young soybeans harvested before they fully harden, and they sit at a unique crossroads between vegetable and legume. A single cooked cup provides around 8 grams of fiber alongside roughly 17 grams of complete protein, a combination that's rare in plant-based foods. The fiber content supports gut health and slows digestion, while the protein helps maintain muscle and keeps hunger in check between meals. Edamame also contains meaningful amounts of iron, magnesium, and vitamin K, making it one of the more nutritionally well-rounded snacks you can choose. It's light enough to eat on its own, but substantial enough to hold you over for hours. Lightly salted edamame straight from the pod is already satisfying with no preparation needed beyond cooking. It works as a snack, a side, or a protein boost added to salads and grain bowls. If you want a complete guide with the best high-fiber foods organized around your specific goal, check the ebook linked in the description. And subscribe new videos on nutrition and health every week.